to be teaching ourselves music alphabet, music language. I've told you this is my own way of teaching, so you might not find it anywhere. This is my own syllabus. And when we talk of language, I said there can't be language when there's no alphabet. So you want to learn music, you must understand music language. You must learn how to speak it. And in our own way, it is the singer that learns how to speak it. The player learns how to play it. Then, how do we create music alphabet for music language? Are we going to start creating new alphabet for it? We said no. We have to borrow from the existing alphabet. And we have many alphabets. We have Chinese alphabet, we have English, we have the French, we have, but we all agree that we should use English alphabet to get our own music alphabet. Alright, so how do we do it? We agree that out of all the English alphabet, let us just borrow 7. From there, we can proceed. So, from there, we're like, let's borrow A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is the first 7 letter alphabet from English language. Now, when we see this, to every layman would know that this is ABCD, and any ABCD is English alphabet. It doesn't make any meaning. We don't know that this is music. So we now said, how are we going to make this alphabet borrow music? They now said we should shovel it. We should rearrange it. So the arrangement will now go as C becoming the first on music alphabet. So wherever you see something like this, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. You see the way I start? I start with this, then I brought these 2 to the front. Immediately you see this. Anywhere in the world, you can easily know. Alright, so this is the music alphabet. This, we call it music alphabet. And if you have gotten this music alphabet, then that means you can speak music language. You can play piano, you can play guitar, you can play any musical instrument. But there are still a whole lot of things that we all need to learn before we move forward of this music alphabet. Number one thing we have to know is that we believe that in music we have 12 vocal ranges. 12 vocal ranges to help us. Now, when we borrow alphabet to get music alphabet, we borrow 7. So where do we get this? It will take us to the place. But I just have to put this for you to know that we have 12 vocal range in music. There is no how you can sing on this planet Earth. You will fall within the 12 major vocal range. So this is music alphabet. We have 12 vocal range. And how do we go about this one? You have to learn them. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now, when you know this, in music, we discover that as they all are, each of them rely on one another to survive. Like if C is acting as husband, D will be his wife, then E, F, G will be the children till we go back to B. Now, for us to measure some things, there are times I will be using with you in this music that I really want you to go along with. And now, for us to know all the family of C, there's what we call scale measurement. What did I call it? I call it scale measurement. Measuring of C scale. Measuring of C vocal range. We said we have 12. Under the 12 is where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. It still remains 5. that we are looking for to complete 12, isn't it? Aha. So let's still leave those 5. We will get them later. But since this is the original 7 that we borrow, we now say for every of these notes, because we call these notes in music, we don't call them alphabet, we call them notes or key. We call them what? Notes or key. Now, for each keys or note, because this C represents a vocal range. And when we talk of range, we talk of from one place to another. That is ranges. Ranges falls within 2 poles. Now, every of these notes or key, as we can call it, has their own measurement. C has its own measurement. Let's say we want to know C to C. Measurement from C to C. There must be things in between that will make C to complete as a scale or as range. Are you getting me? Because in music, they cannot stand on their own. And the essence of this learning is for you to be able to accompany something. So if you want to accompany something, you must understand how to. Now, we want to know the range of C, the scale of C. It is very easy because C is the most simplest on any instrument, most especially on keyboard. We say the original family of C is just this. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We go back to C. We start from C, we go back to C. And this is the C scale. So when C is becoming the father, all other notes comes to follow him. I don't know if you get it. We also call this scale tonic solfa. So as we have gotten all the family of C, they can also be called tonic solfa. Now, it's very, very important you know that if C is acting as the father, every other note, and other notes will be adding to it later, becomes his servant. When D want to become his own father, every other note too will what? We accompany the D. So that's how their families, their alpha and their languages will now be understood. Because immediately D want to become a father, every other one will support. And it is on D. So I want you to move closer. Let me show you. Because it's majorly on practical, not on theory. Now, this is all what I've been saying. This is it on keyboard. We have, this is C, D. We have E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, to measure a scale, it must be from one end to another. So let's say, since it is fundamental that this is C, okay? It is fundamental that this is C. This is another C. So you want to know the C scale. C scale can also be called tonic solfa. So you want to know C tonic solfa, or you want to know C scale. You pick it from ear to ear. Now you say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So we can now say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The language of C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. This do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do of 18 is a universal way of, speaking their language in different pitch. Now, if I want to look for the family of D, I'll say D to D. Then I will look for their own family. Now, somebody may say, what about this black key? We'll get there later. But let's concentrate on how to create the language for keyboard and for music rather. So I want to stop now. And this is an introduction. I've said before we can talk about music, you have to understand their language. And the language says we borrow from the existing alphabet, which we borrowed from English alphabet. We rearrange it like this, okay? And when we rearrange it like this, we say in music we have 12 vocal ranges. 12. Don't forget that. And from the 12, we still have 7 on ground. So where is the rest 5? We are going to look for it later to complete the 12. So, and I said earlier that we have sometimes we can call all these alphabet key, or we call them notes. Okay? And we talk about scale measurement. When we talk about scale measurement, it's also ranges of vocal. When we are singing, we call it vocal. When we are playing, we call it scale. So we said from C down here, you want to make C the leader, look for the range of C, or we call it tonic surfer of C, or we want to say scale of C, which I've spoken three times of one meaning now. Scale, range, and what again? Tonic surfer. So you can now say C will start here, C will end it, and will fix his family under it. So in our next class, I will be so much, calm down a little bit to make you understand the creation of music alphabet. I hope you've gotten it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Creative Power TV, and share with friends that might want to learn how to play piano. This is IB Called once again, saying, see you next time.